I'm Yusuf, also known as Yum Yum. That over there is Josh, also known as JoJo, and this is Tyson, also known as Tags. And today we're going to be talking about our most relatable content, which is food. And I know that everyone speaks the language of food, whether you like vegetables, meats, whatever you like, but everyone can speak the language of food. So our first question that we're going to open up with is, what's your favorite meal? What's your go-to meal when you're going to start out? Like, if you're deciding to go to dinner, what's the go-to meal you're going to
Okay, I would like to take this one first.
All right, Josh, go
my
ahead.
go-to meal, 100% chicken tenders and mac and cheese. Come on now. I may not be 3, but I'm never too young.
That definitely means that
That's
you're
so
3.
basic.
No, I'm never too old for chicken tenders and mac and cheese.
That-
Come on now.
That's literally what
So
it's
when you
named
go out
on.
to eat, you order mac and cheese and chicken tenders.
From the kids
100%,
menu.
yes.
That's what you're always doing.
I mean, I would do it then like 90% of the time. Other times I get like chicken wings.
Chicken wings and mac and cheese. That's what you asked the order for.
I mean, chicken tenders, chicken wings, every here and there.
I mean, to bounce off of what Josh said, I mean, like, I'm always down for chicken and, like, maybe pasta, or maybe, like, chicken and shrimp, something like that. I love seafood. I'd always, like, put it on a mix of, like, I don't know, land protein, like chicken or meat, and with pasta. Pasta's really good.
So yours is like a chicken and pasta.
Yeah, or steak and pasta with
So would it
lobster.
be like fettuccine alfredo almost?
Yeah.
Is that like really good?
With, like, mussels and, like, a bunch of seafood, and maybe chicken. But usually anything with, like, fettuccine, like, steak can go with fettuccine, chicken go with fettuccine, and, like, seafood. Mainly seafood, though. I love seafood.
All right, hang on. I got a question for you guys, just real short. Are you guys the type of people that pick food off of other people's plate? Because I'll go first. You know, sometimes if we're eating dinner, you know what I'm saying, and like my other family members haven't finished their plate or they don't look like they're going to do it, I'll give it the good old, are you going to eat that? And if they say no, then I'll pick it off their plate. What about you, Tyson?
Usually I'm not one to ask if like somebody can give me their food. They'll usually be like, my dad like will like not be able to finish something. He'll be like, Ty, you want that? Because he knows I have like a bigger stomach than him. So usually I'll say yeah if I'm hungry. If not, I'm not one to ask usually.
I mean, like, I'm like Tyson. Like, yeah, if, like, someone can't finish...
False advertisement.
Are you serious? No, I don't
You
do
definitely ask them. You're definitely like, are you going to eat that? Pointing at their plate, definitely.
that. I don't do that.
I could
Once the
100% see you
meal's
do that.
over. Not like as I'm eating, I'm like
So
looking at someone else's plate.
if you're at the dinner table, all right, and you're just stuffing your face with food, all right, and you see your little brother and he has a big plate of food and he's obviously not going to finish it, you won't just go over and grab a piece with your fork real quick?
I mean, I'll ask him if I can try it, but I'm not like eyeing his food.
So
as I'm
that's
eating
yes,
mine the whole
that's
time.
like
Yeah,
yes,
that's
like
not-
oh,
that's
can I
not-
try that?
That's not like, oh, does your brother actually offer you food? Or do you scare it, like intimidate him into giving you it? 'Cause
No.
you're the oldest sibling here.
No. Like if they can't finish it or they know there's a lot, they'll let me have some.
All right, now if they don't
ask.
say anything, but that you can tell they're not going to finish it, will you ask?
Well, I'll ask, but if they don't say anything or they don't want to share yet, then I'll just like wait till they're done eating, and then maybe like at home I'll have it for leftovers. You know.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I'll do that too. You know, like one time my dad made steak. I know my brother doesn't like steak. We're eating, and my brother was eating, and I had my fork. You know, I was stuffing my face for like seconds or thirds, and I saw my brother and I saw a steak. I go, "Are you gonna eat that?" And he goes, "No." So I just grabbed a steak, my fork, and put it over to my plate and just started eating that. Like, would you ever do that? I'd do that all the time, Tyson.
I normally don't ask.
Especially
other-
with your sister, because I mean, your sister. I mean, she doesn't eat a lot.
But normally my dad gives my sister the right amount where she doesn't have leftovers. You know what I mean? Like there's like normally a good amount, so she's gonna finish it.
Usually
Okay,
my
yeah.
siblings, like my mom will get them like a big like meal, and then they'll just split it because like they don't usually eat that much. And then like whatever they don't finish, then yeah, I might taste some, if not have some for leftovers.
Yeah, I'm like, my pap was called the vacuum cleaner because like he would just finish off everybody else's plates. I'm sometimes like that depending on the meal, but like, are you constantly like that? Like if there's leftovers, are you gonna eat them? Like
My dad calls me garbage can in Arabic. It's pronounced Safihat Zabela, and that's what he calls me. Whenever like I'm always trying combinations, and always like
can you pronounce that one more time for the everyone?
yeah Safihat Zabela.
Interesting.
Very cool. Very cool. That's cool stuff, man.
So he calls you the garbage disposal.
Like, yeah, like I'll eat anything as long as it's edible. But I mean, like, I do have a taste in food. Like, I know, like, I'm not just anyone who just puts random things down my throat. But like, like I'll eat a lot. I'm not gonna like lie about that, and I'll also like try different combinations.
Just out of curiosity, what would you guys say is like your favorite like type of food? Like Chinese, Mexican? Like honestly, I'd have to go my favorite type of food. Definitely Mexican food.
I'm probably gonna go with like, what's like steak under? I just like steak. Is that American?
I mean,
It depends how you like your steak prepared. Like if you like it grilled, and I'd say
that
like,
American.
if you like
definitely.
kebabs, you know.
Oh, I was gonna be like, how the ways you
Like
prepare
like
steak? You
like
cook it in the
if you
microwave?
want, if you like it in a fajita,
like yeah, that's Mexican.
But isn't that all like?
it depends like what's your favorite
I just like
way
a
to eat
big
steak.
juicy steak, like right in front of me with some potatoes. That's my meal.
Like your
a
side?
nice steak. And
I would say it's
potatoes.
I'd say
American.
that's American. Yeah.
Mashed potatoes though. Only
Yum.
mashed.
For me, like, obviously in the Arab culture, steak and lamb is very important for us. We always eat some sort of protein. in
I
our
like lamb a
meals.
lot.
And yeah, I'd say lamb is one of my favorites.
I've only had lamb like once or twice, and it was at Texas Day Brazil.
Have you ever tried leg of lamb? I can't stand that stuff.
What do you mean by leg? Like the thigh or like the hoofs? Or
I don't know. All I know is that Texas Day Brazil, and some dude came up to me and he was like, "Oh, would you like leg of lamb?" And I was like, "Sure." And I like took one bite out of it, and it was just I could not eat it.
Yeah, that
I
was
thought
my
it
only experience with
disgusting.
lamb too, and I didn't really enjoy it.
Do you like
I mean-
gyros?
I mean, like,
I
yeah.
never had a gyro.
Like, I mean, like, it also depends on like how they prepare it too. Like some ethnicities, they'll prepare like a specific cut of meat differently, and like honestly, in the cultural Arab way, I enjoy that the most. It's usually like kebabs and like a bunch of like steak, lamb chops, all that stuff.
Oh, I like lamb chops. Now, do you like? This is interesting.
chops.
Do you like lamb ribs?
Hmm.
No, absolutely not. That is disgusting.
Lamb ribs are really good.
Those sound disgusting.
Have you ever tried them?
I tried them once. I was younger, but
They're those
they just
things
sounded
that
fat.
aren't. Wait, they're the things that are like have like the bone and then like the meat, but then the bone still like comes out like
Yes,
that, right?
Josh, those are
Yeah,
ribs.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, no. I
Also
love
known
those.
as the lollipops.
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 Mm-hmm.
So, did they originate from the actual like lollipops, like the things that you lick, or did those?
It's
originate
it's like the meat version of like it's called a lamb chop too.
So like
But like
Yusuf,
they're nicknamed lollipops because it's like a meat version of a lollipop. You're just holding it like from a stick.
So it
eating
originated from the like an actual
Like an actual lollipop.
So Yusuf, like I saw that you were eating those like just the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you eat them like with like a fork, or do you just like grab the bone, and just take a bite out of it?
I mean, what you saw me having was tomahawk steak, not like
Oh,
a
okay,
lamb
but
chop.
it looks like that. doesn't it?
It's like it looks exactly the same. It's
Okay.
just instead of it being from a lamb, it's from like a really 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 big cow, and like it's like a
Okay,
special
well,
kind of cow.
Tomahawk steaks are big and they're good.
Yep, they're like 5 pounds.
All right. So
each.
whenever you
They're really.
Did you eat the
5
whole
pounds
thing?
Each, and Yum texted me saying I couldn't finish it all.
I could not finish. I really could not finish.
could your what about your dad? Did he finish it?
No, it was his Father's Day gift. We couldn't. Like he could not. Like we only got 3 of them. They're
3?
They're expensive too. They're
Like,
really expensive.
how much? Like
Like-
$10?
Are they 5 pounds combined or 5 pounds each?
5 pounds each.
Yeah. Yeah, they only got
Oh.
3, Josh. What do you want them to get? 15 of them?
Like
Those are big steaks.
They're like he could not hold it with one hand. He could only hold it with 2. Like that's how heavy it was. Like cause if he like with the tongs, like you know the tongs, like the
Yeah.
things you hold it with, he can't hold it like with one
that
like
must be
this.
difficult
He's
to
gotta hold
flip
it
it.
with 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to get the tongs and the spatula and like get the bottom with it for the spatula and the tongs and like flip it, and it was so hard.
Yeah, that sounds like a true challenge.
It's really quality cut of steak. Like my dad, he prepared them medium well. The juices falling out of it was just like, like you could literally dip the steak cut, like when you cut it out, into the juice. That's how much juice was left over because of like how good it was, how juicy the steak was.
did it just melt in your mouth and all the juices like ooze through out of it?
Honestly, yeah, and like it was so what was the word? Tender?
Yeah.
Like really soft. Really
Like
soft.
did you really have to chew that much, or did it kind of just like you didn't
No,
have
like
to chew
it's
it at
really
all?
easy to cut portions out, and the fat would like fall off if you like nudged it with the knife.
Oh yeah. Those are the best steaks. ones
What's the best
like,
steak you guys have ever had?
They melt in your mouth.
The
One-
best steak I've ever had. Honestly, I have never really been to like a really fancy steak place. So honestly, I haven't really had any like special steak. I mean, like I'm just talking like generic restaurants, like not Texas de Brazil, like Texas Roadhouse and just stuff like that. I've never really been to like an actual like steakhouse.
Are you talking about like cut or like your meal,
No,
like steak
favorite
meal?
steak, like anywhere, like because obviously like you can have like a sirloin steak, but it's going to be different whether it's at Texas Roadhouse or Capitol Grill. You know what
I know, like mine isn't really that relatable to a lot of fans out there, but it's in a place in Egypt, and literally my relative, his friend owns the place, so like literally shut down like the top floor for us, and we just like order whatever we want on the menu.
Do you guys just go crazy? Just eat so
do.
much steak?
We do, like, and I can't, like, there's so much stuff.
It's just literal heaven whenever you're over there.
But
My favorite steak ever was from a known joint around where we live. I don't know if it's around across the country or not, but it's called Capitol Grill, which is very high class. It's like one of those higher class, and it was a very hyped up place. My dad was telling me, "Oh, Ty, this is gonna be the best steak you ever have. It legitimately melts in your mouth." And I didn't believe him because it's like I'm like, how can the meat melt in my mouth? And it like was crazy because it was like a 22-ounce steak, and like I usually like I can eat, but I can't usually eat that big of a piece. And it just kept on like going in my mouth and going in my mouth because it just kept on melting and melting. It was so good with like this aged balsamic. It was delicious.
Now, what's the worst steak you ever had? For me, honestly, probably straight out of Mom's kitchen. She made some really bad steak one time. That stuff was like, it was literally like a hockey
You know,
puck.
she's probably gonna watch that.
I already told her. I mean, it's not like she was proud of it. What about you, Tyson? What's the worst steak you
I
ever
ever
had?
had was from Ditka's.
Ditka's?
Yeah, it was from Ditka's.
That's an expensive place.
Yeah, it's another expensive place around here.
It's a high.
I went there for my birthday this year because I wanted to go to a steakhouse. And we just went there for my birthday. The thing was like a hockey puck. They're like, "Oh, we charred it." I'm like bouncing it off the plate because it was so hard and it was so bad. Like it wasn't even edible. And they're like, "Oh, well, we'll give you a piece of cake." And I'm like, I mean, all right, but the steak was just awful.
How much did it
Did not
cost?
enjoy it.
Like the
it was like
steak?
$40 steak
Dang.
for like it did not to be good. It was just awful.
You should have sent it back.
Yeah.
For me, it would be Aztecas. Is that what it's called?
Oh,
Azteca.
Plaza Azteca.
We were just there. Is this when we were just there?
Yes.
That was the worst steak you ever had?
Yes.
Yusef, you're going ham on that. You're going, nom, nom, nom,
Yeah,
eating
let's just
it.
get
What
this
do you
straight. Yusuf still finished the full plate of steak and fries.
mean? And he tried to eat our
Because
food,
I
too.
paid for it. Because I paid for it. They literally, you go to a Mexican place, right? You expect like the seasoning they put on it and like all the
just
vegetables
nice
they put
and
on
just-
I thought it was
It's
more
really
about like the
nice.
cheese. Didn't you say like the cheese was like bad?
It literally was. They got a piece of steak. I don't know what cut. They just cut it, and then they literally into thin pieces, and then they literally just like put it like on a plate, and then put like what's it called jarred jalapenos.
Was it gas?
No, and
I'm
then they just
joking.
poured queso and like frozen fries all over it. It
But-
was bad.
But you
I
ate the
enjoyed the
whole thing.
Yes, because I paid for it.
And it looked like you were in pleasure when you're eating the thing. I remember looking over at you, you're like, I see queso
As
on the
we-
side of your mouth just going
As everybody
crazy.
says though, I mean, food is food. Everybody enjoys food, no matter unless if it's like unedible. But more than likely, if like you're hungry and like you want to eat, you're gonna end up eating it because especially if you paid for it, and that came out of his pocket, not even like his parents or anything. But this is a serious question for you.
Mhm.
Do you prefer like fast food over like regular food?
All right. So, it honestly depends on who I'm going out with. I'll be dead honest. It honestly depends on who I'm going
What
out
about
with.
us?
If I'm going out with you guys, I want to do something quick. Like, I know I want to sit and talk to you guys, but I'm not willing to like sit there for 20 minutes at like a high quality place. I'd rather, because again, when I spend time with you, it's literally coming out of my pockets. So it's mainly just like I'll just do fast food with you guys. But like when I'm with my family, like quality food and spending time with them is just like, I like going out to like actual sit down restaurants, not fast food with
Okay.
them.
But doesn't
So-
fast food restaurants kind of just like send you to the bathroom?
They don't like, you mean by like making me sick and always using the bathroom?
Yes. Like, has there ever been a time where like you ate food at a restaurant and you're just like, oh, and then you just had to go to the bathroom?
I think Yum has a pretty tough stomach. I don't know if that happens to Yum a lot.
Um,
But what I'm gathering,
no, but there has been like depending on the spices, like especially Indian places, like their food, like I like their food, but like also the spices are just too much. So I.
What
have
Indian
to
restaurants have you been to?
I think it's called Cafe Delhi. It's like an Indian place in Carnegie here.
Any good?
It is good. Like, and it's not bad. It's just because I'm not used to the spices. Like,
And it sent you to the bathroom there?
yeah, like not there. Like when I go home, but like it's not. It's just because my body isn't used to all those spices. Like the way my mom cooks at home doesn't use a lot of those spices. Or when she uses them, not that strong, so I don't get sick.
Have you ever been sent to the bathroom at a restaurant?
Like I go to the bathroom.
Yes. Like you had to. I'm genuinely curious.
All you can eat places. Usually, I will eat my main course, and then I will use the restroom to make some room for dessert. I think only guys can relate with this.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but honestly, what I'm getting from what Yum was talking about with like who we'd rather go out to eat is that I think that he enjoys when his parents pay for the meal over whenever he has to pay for the meal, and that's the same with everybody. I mean, it's a lot nicer when it doesn't come out of your pocket.
And also, like, just the quality spending time with your family too. Like, I know I see them at home all the time, but also just like sitting out with them.
So you're saying you
going
don't like
out.
to just sit with us and talk?
No, I'd like to sit and talk with you guys. But again, I'm not gonna spend like 2 hours at a restaurant with you guys. I'd rather get my food and like go do
What place
do
you
something
sitting
else.
down
with
for
you
2 hours at? Seriously, where are you sitting down for 2 hours? You know, Josh, where do you sit down for 2 hours and eat? 2 hours.
I got
An
nowhere.
hour and a half. Usually.
Maybe like an hour at most. Probably more like 50
like
minutes.
the normal time's like an hour. Like that's a long time too.
I would say all you can eat places.
All you can eat. Is that because?
I honestly, it might not be 2 hours, but I just
Or are you a person that like sits there with your family and like truly talks? And,
yeah
like, enjoys
yeah.
Your time?
Our family usually like we'll talk more than when we eat, than what we eat, and like while we're eating, we're still talking. Like it's just like our connection with one another is just like we talk a lot, and like I mean like doesn't mean I don't like hanging out with you guys, but like again. When I want fast food, I'm with you guys. It's a quick meal, and it's cheaper, and we still like spend even more quality time with each other while we're having it.
All right. Well, basing off of like the question about fast food, what's your guys' top 3 favorite fast food joints, like chains? And before we start this, I want to clarify with you guys: do we believe that like Moe's and Chipotle is fast food?
No. Drive-throughs.
Yeah.
That's drive-throughs.
It's only like drive-thrus. I agree with that.
It's fast food.
You think it's fast food?
We're talking about drive-throughs.
Well, what is the definition of fast food? It's literally in the name. Fast food. You get your food fast. At Moe's and Chipotle, you're getting your food fast. You're not waiting 15 minutes or 20 minutes or 30. You're waiting for your food. It's literally being made right in front of you. It's literally just like a higher quality Subway, a Mexican joint, like a Mexican version of
so
Subway.
favorite fast foods then, if we're going to count that, it'll go Grand China Buffet, Chipotle, Moe's.
Grand China Buffet is not freaking fast
That's
food.
a sit down place.
You're sitting
Fast food is when you
down
take it
there.
and go.
You can sit down at
Yeah, you can
Moe's.
sit down there, but are you gonna pay for all you can eat at the buffet and then just grab one serving and leave? No.
I mean, you could.
That's a waste of money
So that's
right
like
there.
saying that Sushi Bomb's fast food.
Well, it's not.
No, it's not, because it takes a while to get your food.
But I don't understand how Grand China Buffet can be a fast food restaurant. And I was saying earlier, I also don't believe that like Moe's and Chipotle is, because even though like you're getting your food and you can leave, I guess, I don't know. When I think of fast food, at least in my opinion, it's like normally like grimier and sloppier. Like they actually like prepare it and like put it in. Like they're not just like frying stuff and flipping it out the door to you.
Well,
If it's a drive-through, it's fast food. If it's not a drive-through, then it's not fast food.
Is that what you guys want to classify for this?
Yes.
Top 3?
Yes.
All right, then what's your top 3, Josh?
Arby's, McDonald's, and Burger King.
Arby's, McDonald's, and Burger King.
Yes.
Arby's is atrocious.
I'm an Arby's guy.
And I don't know how, I mean, Burger King's all right, but I don't know how you can have.
Or no,
Burger King
Smoothie King instead of Burger King.
that's not fast.
Is that really food? That's smoothies.
Okay, then, yeah.
Burger King.
Yes. Arby's is up there. I mean, it was a hard one. Like, it really took a lot of thinking, but...
Yeah, it really seemed like it took a lot of thinking. You shouted those out.
Well, I had it in mind before you said it. But, or like
No,
before you
no,
asked.
like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is not better than freaking Burger King or McDonald's or Arby's. Chick-fil-A is better than all
Okay,
three of
but
those
you're not putting in the concept, the prices. You're not putting that into the equation.
It
Chick-fil-A is
doesn't matter.
pretty
It's still
expensive.
fast food.
Chick-fil-A
Yeah,
is
it's fast
pretty
food.
expensive. Arby's,
I mean, it's not.
they got the $1 jalapeno,
Would
the
you
$1.
would you classify Five Guys as fast food?
Nope, no drive-through.
I guess not because it doesn't have a drive-thru. That's what we're classifying it as.
Oh, as drive-through. Well,
Even though I honestly, that's a weird thing. I consider that
that's
fast food, but I don't consider Moe's and Chipotle as fast food because even though there's no drive-through, it's just still like sloppy stuff. That's
All
what I
right,
consider fast
Yusef,
food
you
as.
go. Top 3.
This is hard.
Just go. Just say some names, and then you can change it later.
You guys might think McDonald's is my favorite, but it actually is not. It's just I like it a lot because it's
Cheap.
really close by.
And cheap.
It's close by.
Okay, go.
But honestly, I'd say, well, I consider Moe's to be fast food. I'd put that at my top of my list.
No.
I know we're not.
We're
I
not
know we're
doing
going
that.
drive-through. I know we're going drive-through, but that if we were talking about like that,
Would
then
Moe's be
yeah,
your favorite?
Moe's would be my favorite because it's quality for the price. You're not paying that much
That's
at
what I
Moe's.
mean. That's quality food. Like they're cutting up that chicken. They're doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
When you go to like McDonald's or something, they're just sticking that stuff in the fryer, putting a bunch of pig scraps together and setting it out the door.
Okay, well.
So what's your top 3?
I don't have a top 3. I
You
just,
can't think of a top 3.
there's too many factors.
Then just say 3 that are relatively close.
McDonald's is my third pick.
Okay, second.
My second pick, does Panera Bread count?
No.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So, my second one would be Chick-fil-A, and my first one.
If you say Sonic, I'm gonna smack you.
I haven't been in Sonic in a while. No, no, I'm not gonna say Arby's. Arby's is a number 4, you know. Like when I drive past Arby's, like that Arby's has been there since preschool. Like that has been there for a while. Like Arby's is like looking back at your roots. Like, you know, when you look back into a memory book or an album, that's what Arby's is when
And
I
it's
drive
some
past
good
it.
stuff. It's some good stuff, though.
'Cause-
like Yusef, right now, if you had a bunch of jalapeno, buffalo, and all these different types of sliders in front of you, honestly, I might go pick up some Arby's after
But
this.
Josh,
would you
Josh,
not just
Josh.
go kill? I would. Oh.
Yeah, it's not a bad place, but
Exactly.
listen, it's just like memory lane for me. Like when I went with
Oh,
you to
like Candyland. I used to play Candyland whenever I was young.
like no, listen. Like when I went with you to Arby's, that was like a month ago. But before that, I haven't went to Arby's in years.
years.
Yeah, but when I was younger, I'd go there a lot.
What'd you get there?
Because Arby's is never like the number 1 pick. You're not like waking up in the morning and saying, "Man, I'm really craving some Arby's."
I do that a lot.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You wake up and go, man, I'm really crazy.
Honestly, number one. I say Wendy's.
No.
Wendy's was my number 4. Wendy's was
I've
my
had
number 4.
that. I've only had it once, even though it's my favorite. I've
I'm
only
sorry if
had
I
it
offend a
once.
lot of people. Wendy's might have some of the stupidest employees across the nation.
You're not going to the right ones, Bucko.
It's the one that's closest to all of us. It's right across the street from Arby's.
I don't go to that one.
Which you drive across the tri-state to go and go to Wendy's.
Man's been to Wendy's one time.
I have not been to Wendy's. I'm a very generic person. I asked for a hamburger and ketchup. And they put onions, lettuce, and everything on it that you could imagine. It's a freaking hamburger with ketchup.
Does that sound bad to you, Yusef? Hamburger, onions, lettuce, cheese.
But that's not the question. That's not the question.
Pretty good to me.
Yeah,
That's
I know,
not the
I know.
question. They mess up
It's
your
ju-
order every
it's
time.
just-
The food actually isn't terrible.
The
but
food and the value.
service there
Okay,
is
Did you just
awful.
have one bad experience and then you're just going off of that?
Several.
Was it as bad as our KFC run?
No, KFC sucks too. KFC is awful.
Oh, I want KFC.
KFC is terrible.
What KFC did you guys go to?
Should I tell them the story?
We went to the one in.
By Sarah's?
Wait,
No, it wasn't by Sarah's.
should I tell? It was Bethel. Should I tell them the story?
Yeah.
All right. So, basically, it was a Friday, and Tyson and I were planning our script for this podcast shoot,
Yeah, this is all scripted.
and like our run throughs, our questions that we wanted to ask, see which is like our best hypothetical questions.
So we don't look like complete dumbasses when we're shooting the film.
Exactly. Which now
Like, what- like-
I look like a dumbass.
Like this
But-
this isn't scripted, but what Yusef's saying, that was scripted. Like everything was
Yeah, Josh, please,
Josh,
just
please
tone
don't.
it down.
It's not
Tone it down.
scripted.
It's not scripted.
Our only scripted parts are the questions. But all right. back to the point, guys. Back to the point. So it's a Friday. Me and Tyson, we were. His mom was generous enough to give us her credit card, and we had any option.
Anywhere. We could have sat down, but like I got to earlier, Yum does not like to sit down. And let me tell you the reason that he said this. He legitimately says to me, I want to eat and I want to eat fast, but food doesn't get out quick to me enough at sit-down places.
I mean, hey, he's a
so
man
instead
of
of going to an actual sit-down restaurant, Yum chooses all day. He's like, there's no Popeyes near us. Let's go find a KFC. And
Wait,
later,
could you guys went to like Arby's?
We went to KFC.
No,
King?
it's not about KFC. It's just that he wanted to go get fast food.
Like you guys could have
And-
went to Olive Garden for all you guys.
Yes. And the reason why he mainly wanted KFC, and he was stuck on it since 8 a.m., because we spent like that whole day together. The reason why he was stuck on it is because he watched a YouTube compilation of fried chicken.
Mukbang, yeah.
Yeah, a mukbang.
I
He was
love
craving all
mukbang.
that. And the worst part was, the only reason why he wanted it was so he could get a bucket. And he didn't end up getting a bucket.
All right. So, we're trying to locate a place, and Tyson's like, "There's two places," and I'm like, "All right. Well, through my horrible past memories of KFC, choose the one with the higher rating." And you didn't know this, and I don't think a lot
I
of
knew
you
about
know
the
this.
stars ratings, but what he did, he said the specific locations and how many stars they had. He's like, oh, don't go to the one in Carnegie. That one has 3 stars. Click on the one in Bethel. That one has 4. We should go there.
without looking at the website.
Yeah, he just knew it off the top of his head.
So we go to the KFC. It's a pretty long drive because of the traffic, and we're there.
30 minutes for KFC, and it was horrendous. The whole experience.
So we go to the KFC, and we order our food. I order an 8-piece, and I asked the lady if they had the spicy crunchy mix, which is basically where they make the crunchy breading on the outside of the chicken spicy, right? She goes, we don't, it's like 50 cents extra to make each one spicy. I recommend just get some hot sauce packets or barbecue packets. I'm like, sure, all right, just throw them to the side. Just put it on the side or throw them in the bag.
And just so everybody knows, I was one that wanted to go in so they didn't mess up anything. Yusuf was the one that insisted. I don't know why. He just didn't want to go in. I didn't know if he thought it was sketchy or what. He did not want to go in.
It was sketchy.
He didn't want to go in at all. He just wanted to go through the drive-thru. So I said, fine, we can go through the drive-thru because I didn't care.
So we go at the window, and they're like asking what sauce I wanted again. I said
Hot
buffalo
sauce.
hot sauce. Yeah, just throw it in the bag. Then like we wait like 5 minutes, and we just hear a really loud machine. Then they put our chicken in the bags, and then Tyson drives off. I look into, there's no like bucket. It's just 2 boxes. I look into the boxes, and all I see is bright orange. Bright orange. Just I don't even see the chicken. I just see bright orange on my KFC like box. And literally, you will not believe this. They took my chicken and dumped on it a whole bucket of hot sauce, buffalo sauce.
It was drowning in it.
Onto all of it. It was so bad that the flakes on the outside of the chicken, since I ordered crispy, fell off because of how drenched it was in buffalo sauce. And I was so mad. I literally started screaming and yelling in the car, throwing a fit.
Like a 3-year-old. It was embarrassing. It was truly embarrassing.
And it would have been better if the chicken was good.
The chicken was terrible.
It was horrible.
It was awful.
Wank.
Popeyes is much better. Popeyes is
I haven't had good
greater
memories with Popeyes
than
either.
KFC. All right.
I could go for some KFC.
No, never.
Honestly-
you can go by yourself.
Wanna
Honestly,
go?
I always try my luck. The best KFC I've had so far
Please try my luck.
is outside the U.S. in Egypt.
I fuck with it.
All right,
Well,
Wait,
I'm gonna
Egyptian
go
KFC?
My top.
it's literally the same. It's just it's better quality chicken.
Oh, I feel you.
Probably because they do it differently.
I don't know, but it's better.
Well, I'm gonna move on to my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 is Chick-fil-A. Very basic, I know. A lot of people say that, but I just had my best experience. There's can be so many people there, and they can still not mess up.
And it's the best service.
And then yeah, it's still not in your top 3. You put freaking Arby's and Burger King. Burger King.
Oh, that's some good stuff, man.
Burger King isn't terrible. It's not as bad as the
It's
other.
not bad.
places.
It's higher quality than McDonald's. I'll be honest. Burger King's way better.
I'm not like I don't mind myself some Burger King, but I don't understand how Arby's like is like it's better than Chick-fil-A. It's not.
Buffalo sliders, curly fries, cheese dip, jalapeno sliders. You got the giant roast beef sandwich. You got the classic roast beef, or then you got the straight fries, and then you just have such a wide variety. And then you have regular roast beef sliders, which those are gas. You get fish sandwiches there, and then you can get a massive spicy chicken sandwich with crispy chicken at the end. So how you have said about the KFC, it has flakes on it, and like the bun has like little sprinkles on it. They have the best horseradish. It's so good.
And these I dozed off a bit. The cheddar cheese dip.
Yup, I said it. The cheddar cheese
My
dip.
bad. My bad.
Yeah. For my number 2, this place has been getting down a lot, and it does have a drive-through. Okay.
Boston
I
Market.
don't know if Yum's ever been there, but Boston Market is one of the best fast food places
Is that nearby?
by far. No, like
Best shit ever.
they're-
They got turkey. They got mashed
and
potatoes.
it's all
mac
they're
and
like getting
cheese.
discontinued. I don't know why. It's so good. I love Boston Market.
Do you like the green beans?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've only ever got one meal at Boston Market.
Turkey mashed potatoes.
Turkey
mac and
mashed
cheese, and
potatoes.
the cornbread.
Yeah, mac and cheese. Oh, that cornbread.
Oh,
Let me tell you something.
dude.
I want to go now. I want to go.
There's one around here. There's one because all of them have been getting discontinued. But it is rumored that they're making a comeback. So if they make a comeback with some Nashville hot chicken sandwiches, whoo.
I hate you. You brought that from someone. We're not going to name that person, but you brought that from a certain person.
Yeah, I mean, if Boston Market comes back, I'll be very happy.
What if just like Boston Market they just start spawning just everywhere and just so much
I'll
turkey,
gain so
mashed
much more
potatoes,
weight than I already
cornbread.
have. So much more weight will be gained. But and for my number 3 one, honestly, it's practically a toss up. Don't know really what to go for number 3. Not the biggest fan of fast food. I'll probably just go McDonald's. Maybe
Oh, McDonald's is disgusting, dude.
that was your number 2.
Psych. I love McDonald's.
Yeah, no, McDonald's is number 3 mainly just because it's like the same as every other burger like from fast food joints, and also they tend not to mess up my order as much as other places. Wendy's.
Okay, Oreo McFlurries.
Yeah,
that's good
actually, the ice
stuff.
cream machine is always broken, but we'll let it slide.
Oreo McFlurry, my McFlurry.
I don't know if that was
All
completely
right.
necessary. But speaking of like, we're talking about a lot of food here, right? Yeah, we're talking about a lot of food here. And with food comes a lot of fat thoughts. So I would like everybody to share with us their fattest thought at a restaurant or at anywhere.
I'll take this one first. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm fat, but the fattest thought, I don't know even if I thought of the fattest thing you've done. I'm just going to go with the fattest thing I've done, which, I mean, I'm not fat, but the fattest thing that I have done is, like, if I'm, like, at home and I'm making food, like, for example, I'm at home and I put in a pizza that takes 20 minutes, I'll eat something, this isn't something I've done, like, I do this all the time. I'll eat something while the pizza is cooking so I can, like, stay occupied while the pizza is cooking and I can, like, warm myself up for the pizza.
That's it.
That's the fattest thing I do.
All right.
Here, Yum, go first. Yum, what's your fattest thought? I gotta take a second to think.
I got way too many. And honestly, guys, I'm not that fat.
No.
Again, false advertisement
Whoa,
from Yum.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm kidding. I'm
I'm
kidding.
not that fat. I'm
He's
not
been
that
working
fat.
hard.
Cut that
He's been
out.
working hard.
But I do have a lot, and I don't know where to begin with this. Yeah, you know what? I'll just start talking.
Just rip off the Band-Aid, Yum.
Okay, this isn't the fattest thing I've done. This is really fat though. So I was at a Chipotle. I was making a burrito, and I ordered a lot of toppings on that thing. Way too many toppings, because the person behind me is like a really sassy girl. She was like, I kept like she kept talking, that I'd say I'm not finished yet. Like I'm still going to the person like taking my order, and she kept looking at me. He's like, and she's like whispering about, "Are you done?" I was like, "Nope." So I'm over there, just keep like saying like, "Oh, I want queso, I want guac, I want the corn salsa."
And like, were you doing it on purpose, or did it just come naturally?
I mean, like, when the girl said, "Are you done?" I was starting to like take a while on purpose, but honestly, I already had this planned out in mind.
You had what you're gonna get on it planned out.
Yeah. So, once my burrito's finished, it's like really heavy, and the person rolling my burrito, she couldn't do it by herself. She had to call over another employee to do this, and with 4 hands on my burrito, they rolled it up, and they could not close the burrito. And then when they finished it, they just kept flicking like their hands, like guac off their hands and queso off their hands. It would fly everywhere in the back. And I'm just there, and these people are like saying things under their breaths and stuff. It was bad.
Was it good though?
I'll be honest, it took a while, but she got down.
Was it good though?
Yup. All right.
Have you ever done it again? Have you ever done that since, or were you scared?
Was it worth
I've
it?
done it multiple times.
What was it worth-
because I'm
So it was
paying
worth
for
it.
it.
It was
I'm-
worth it.
If I'm not, if like, I'm paying for it. So like,
Like, what if it was
you
on
guys
the
shouldn't
house?
If it's on the house, like, if it's like a big corporation, I'm still gonna do it. But if it's like some local place, I'm not gonna like, put all the expensive stuff on.
Okay,
But,
we
wait,
get it.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
Good.
I got the fattest thing I have ever done in the year 2021, because I've got a fat thing for every year. But in 2021,
McDonald's.
Josh and
story
I, and Tyson, we wanted a milkshake. we go trying to drive to Milkshake Factory, but it's too far. So we decided to go to a Five Guys, right? We go to Five Guys. I order my vanilla shake with cookies and cream and extra cream, and I'm done. I have it, and I'm like, I want some chicken nuggets. So there's a McDonald's right by. So I'm like, Josh, let's get out of here and go to McDonald's. And we go.
While Tyson is at the Five Guys because
Yeah,
he
they
can't
leave me.
wait.
I'm still waiting for my shake, and they just leave.
So we go. I jump over the guardrail. So does Josh, and we go to the McDonald's. The McDonald's is empty on the inside, and literally there's just like, Josh, you want to explain this part?
All right, I'll go. Okay, so we're at. I'll just go back to where we're at. Five Guys. We walk out of the Five Guys. You know, you used to have just forces the door open to Five Guys. Like, ding, the bell goes off, and Tyson's just looking at us in disbelief as Yusef's dragging me out of the store because I'm just following him, and Tyson's waiting for his milkshake. All right. So all of a sudden, Yusef looks to the right of him, which to the right whenever you exit out of the door was a McDonald's, and he was like, "I kind of want McDonald's." He's like, "I kind of want McDonald's."
I look at you and I go, I want nuggies.
Something like that. All right. So then Tyson's sitting there. I'm like, don't we have to wait for Tyson? Yusef doesn't say a word. He just walks right past me. He walks right past me, and I just see him just waddling over to the McDonald's. I'm like,
Not waddling, I'm jogging. All right.
You're waddling.
I'm
You're
jogging.
waddling.
I'm not waddling. I jumped over the guardrail.
Okay.
good
And
clearance.
you're hearing bump, 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 bump on the sidewalk of Yusef waddling
All
over.
right, that's
the
too much. But all right.
Okay, and I'm following him. All right, and he jumps the guardrail, crosses the main road, and finally makes it to the McDonald's. All right, this McDonald's, the inside was closed, but the drive-through was still open. So, but Yusef wanted to go in. All right, so he's up against.
I didn't know this. We didn't know this. All right.
He's up against like the glass, like doing this, looking through, act like it's magnifying glasses.
Sipping my milkshake.
to try and sipping his milkshake, trying to find how to get in because it's all locked up. All right, the employee goes out for a smoke break at the McDonald's, and he puts a wedge in the door so you can get in without having to unlock the door again. Yusef looks at it and takes it to his advantage, so he goes inside of the McDonald's, and meanwhile I'm following him this whole way. All right, all of a sudden Tyson calls him and he's just on the phone. Hello? And then he's just talking to Tyson. He starts going, yo at the McDonald's, and then some like worker making fast food, probably maybe about like I'd say around like 400 pounds, comes walking to the front, all right, and goes, our dining room is closed. How did you guys even get in here?
And during this, Tyson was still on the phone.
Yeah, I was trying to find out because I thought they went to Walmart because that's where they said they were going.
And Yusef's like, oh, we got in through over there, and points at the door that's jammed open. And Yusef's walking out, going talking to Ty, saying, so we just got kicked out of McDonald's. And then he goes up to the worker smoking and says, so is your guys' drive-thru still open?
Because I didn't know, and I wanted my nuggies.
And the worker says yes. All right. So he calls Tyson and tells him to get in his car and pick him up at the McDonald's and goes through the drive-thru. Okay. So we go in the drive-thru. All right. We order some. I got myself some chicken nuggets. Tyson got himself like a Whopper, or not a Whopper. This is McDonald's. Got himself a quarter pounder. And Yusef gets a Dr. Pepper, another milkshake.
Not another milkshake. Just
was it?
Dr. Pepper.
Okay, he got a
and
Dr. Pepper.
10 nuggies.
Nuggies
medium fry.
and yeah, medium fry. All right, so we finally get our food and everything. We're driving out, like we're driving away from the McDonald's. All right, I look over in the back seat. Yusef's enjoying, like just scrunching down on his meal while he's sipping the milkshake and the Dr. Pepper at the same time. Okay, and then all of a sudden, like he got sweet and sour sauce or something like that. And I have ranch, and I have it open up. I'm dipping my nuggies, and all of a sudden he comes by and just goes, don't starts dunking. And Yusef's a germaphobe, but he didn't care at the point. Food was
Want a
food.
variety.
And he started eating the chicken nuggets. All right, and then Tyson doesn't even want his quarter pounder, so Yusef goes, "You gonna eat that?" And he takes his quarter pounder. And he's eating his quarter pounder. Meanwhile, I have my ranch stuff while dipping my chicken nuggets. Yusef comes by and dunks his quarter pounder. Tyson's half-bitten quarter pounder and my ranch all throughout it. There's like all kinds of like ketchup and stuff in my ranch. He goes, and is eating the quarter pounder. All right. And then all of a sudden I look back and I see Yusef with his face stuffed with like quarter pounder around the face. He has nuggies and French fries going back like this, going, while there's fries just coming in and out of his mouth like a fountain. Okay, and it's just it's disgusting.
Okay.
And then Yusef's like, gotta wash it all down. Gets his milkshake and gets the Dr. Pepper, goes and says it at the same time.
All right. Do we tell him what happened once I got out of the
No,
car?
we're not going into that description of that night because that night ended poorly for me.
All right.
Now we're gonna move on to my fattest thought, which is nowhere near as fat as Young. Probably should have saved that one for last, but I couldn't think of one. My fattest thought came in 4th grade. Whenever it was my favorite meal at lunch, it was mashed potatoes and turkey. It was like just the normal stuff, and I had like the maximum amount of meals we could get was 2. But I had like other kids for me. I was like making deals with them and stuff, and they would like bring me multiple.
I was fasting and I gave you mine.
Yeah, Yum gave me his, and then like all these kids kept on coming up, and then because I was in a eating competition with the other kid, and I would like not stop. So I ended up at the end of the day having 9 of those turkey and mashed potatoes meals in 4th grade, and it was delicious.
All right, so that was our fattest thoughts. I have more, but I'd probably save that for the shorts. But the next and our final question or thing I want to bring up is, and I know this might sound weird, but it's just something I think about. What restaurant, all right, guys, what restaurant has the best bathroom?
I have no clue. I don't really pay attention to the places in their bathrooms, Yum. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe people love the bathroom, but I severely doubt.
No, like you
Okay,
just-
I fucked up the Moe's bathroom one time. Badly.
You like EDP?
Oh no, he did that to the child predator alert, but he did that one to the Chipotle. But no, honestly, it was kind of like the same story, although his was a little bit more like funny. But what happened to me is I just got a chicken stack and a bunch of queso, and that shit really made me had to go. I went to the bathroom, all right, and I'm just gonna say it was pretty nice. And the bathroom, I flushed it, and the toilet clogged. There's usually water in the Moe's toilet, but like after I was on it, like it was drained. Like there's no water in the toilet.
But was that a relatively nice bathroom? As Yum's question once.
Well, it was a nice bathroom. I liked it.
For me, what makes a bathroom a bathroom is
It's the toilet seat. The toilet seat, man. It just makes.
Oh, definitely.
it's the scenery, all right? It's a setting. It's a setting. I don't know if you guys have Sushi Bomb wherever you live, but here in PA we have Sushi Bomb, and
Greatest sushi ever. It's the most quality.
most quality for all you can eat. But
Okay.
listen here.
No, Yoma, no.
So, what makes this bathroom so special is that when you walk in, like the bathroom's always clean. There's always extra toilet paper, and the playlist of the restaurant is so good. It's literally like it's a Japanese place because it's sushi. It's BTS and Post Malone.
I'm sorry,
And
but
I know-
sushi's China, not Japanese.
No, it's Japanese.
It's China.
Please correct them in the comments.
It is
So-
China.
Yeah.
All right,
Put
all
in
right.
the comments
Whatever
whether
it is.
it's China or Japanese.
It's literally
Trump
it's-
2020.
It's literally
China.
It's literally it's stop interrupting me. It's literally the best playlist I've ever heard of, like a mix of Post Malone, BTS, and all these pop artists.
Any
And when you're on your phone and you're like, you know, doing your stuff, you just listen to music. And I know like
Is there any Pitbull?
one time there was.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, one time there was, but I couldn't spend that much time in there because yeah, my brother was in the bathroom.
Normally, to be honest with you, what makes a great bathroom is the one where you're not interrupted. Because like if you're saying you're taking a dump and you're
Oh,
just
shit.
sitting there and a guy walks in, that completely interrupts everything. Because then like you're all of a sudden you're clenching your butt cheeks, trying not to poop because you don't want to make a noise. Am I wrong?
No. When someone, you
Yeah.
know those bathrooms that's only like one person in, like just that one bathroom. Really?
Really, is that like appropriate for this segment?
But okay, back to the content. When there's only when there's like one person bathroom, and then someone's always trying to knock on the door trying to get in, and you cough, you're like, and no one's answering. No, they're still trying to open the door, and you're like, someone's here, and then they're still trying to open the door, and then you just gotta like bang on the wall trying to tell them you're in there, but then they don't
Yeah,
listen.
That completely ruins like a beat.
Exactly.
So basically it's kind of like this, like a pulling the door and like, oh sorry I'm in. Some guys pulling the door again. You're just kind of like, stop opening the fucking door, I'm in here, like that.
No, not that aggressive, but trying to make it obvious that I'm in here. But yeah, I like multi-person bathrooms because you got your.
I like the family.
You're not gonna get
bathrooms.
interrupted that much.
You did not just say that.
The family bathrooms.
But like we were saying, the reason like that ruins it because you get interrupted.
Yeah.
That's the best place. Like wherever you are, I mean, unless if it's like disgusting. As long as it's clean and it's just you're just sitting there and you don't get interrupted and you can just take your dump
Yeah.
in peace, it's fine. It's a great stay because it just feels so pleasant that you got that load out of your butt and like it just feels great.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than taking a massive shit. There's just nothing better.
Yep.
Well, that I think ends the segment and comes to a conclusion of our episode. So, Tyson, would you like to add anything on?
Yeah, so we usually do this thing called the question of the day or the comment of the day. And since we're just going to start uploading clips in the first podcast now, we want you guys to drop your questions below that you would want us to answer for any subject. It could be about food, it could be about anything. And also, we want to know who was right about the sushi. Is it
Japanese or Chinese?
Or China?
China.
And whoever we declare the victor and who was right, the other person's going to have to do a forfeit of your choice. So put it in the comments down below.
And don't forget, should we make it 100 likes for see how many chicken nuggets I can get in a minute?
Yeah, if we get 100 likes on any of our posts on TikTok, YouTube, wherever, we will get as many chicken nuggets as Yum can in how many minutes? 10?
One.
One? One.
It'll be impressive.
Okay. Well, see y'all later.
Thanks
Peace.
for watching.